Hi guys, we're at Edenbridge ROC. Fuck, I had to think about that for a second. Look, I'm right on the top. Look, I'm just about to literally die by falling right the way down. Can you see that, guys? It's quite windy, it's a shit day for it. Apologise for my language. But we're going to go down and we're going to check it out. It shouldn't be that much in there, but it should be quite well preserved. Behind you is the observation tower, and we're going to chat more about that in a minute, but we've got to get down. Guys, so we've made it down all in one piece, and as you can see, there's not actually much to it down here. This is the main control room. Still pretty intact, apart from the fact, obviously, again, it's been winter time and that we've had a really bad sort of disgusting smells of rotting putrid, hence why the mask. Not actually for the asbestos, because there shouldn't be any down here really, more for the fact of just the disgusting smells. Luke's got one on them as well. So this would have been the main control room, and the idea would have been that in the event of a nuclear fallout or an event of a nuclear war, that one of these places, like what I said before, an ROC, which means a Royal Observer Corps, they would have been the types of people who would have stayed down here and observed where the fallout was going from. They would have monitored each other's stations, so there would have been a network, pretty much the same as Hollandborn Zero Station, obviously, but this is Cold War rather than World War II, so this is well after that. And so the idea, again, like I said, was if there was a nuclear war, if there was a nuclear fallout, that this would have been completely crammed up with, there would have been a massive table, or in fact there would have been probably a couple of tables, work units, there would have been maps all over the place, and the idea was that they would have monitored where the fallout was going, if there was going to be any nuclear bombs that are actually heading over London, or more specifically the UK in general. And they would have relayed them to the other stations and given them the monitors, so they would have told them that where the wind direction was heading. They would have had loads of instruments up on the top, up on the ground floor, up on the ground upstairs. Keep getting around underground. And it would have told them all the instrumentation that they would have needed. They would have documented that, and then they would have passed it on. Most standard ROC bunkers have pretty much got two rooms. One which is the control room, and then if Luke, you can go next door, so you'll have the toilet. And yes, I'm going to say storeroom, like you would actually store anything in the toilet. Oh God, that's weird. Yeah, we've probably picked a really crap day for it, when haven't we? The good thing is there aren't as many cave spiders down here. Up there, that would be the vent. We're going to have a look at that when we go up again, because we're starting down first and then we're going to work our way up. That would have been the vent that would have obviously kept us all breathing, fresh air would have been filtered, etc, etc. What you can see down here, without me falling over, that is still one of the original, I don't know if you can see that, I'm trying to flip it over, one of the original vent shafts that for some strange reason has been put down here. That's the other part of the block. Still got the original sockets, still got the original wiring that's been relayed right across here. So, it's probably not the best well-preserved ROC bunker, but considering most of them by law had to be demolished, not only due to safety reasons, because of people like us probably going in them and, you know, well, we don't do it for a bad reason, we're doing it because we're interested. But other people would have used them to burn stuff and do whatever. So it's more for a safety thing. When we go up, you'll realise where we are, literally in the middle of nowhere in Edenbridge. And it's a fascinating place that you guys should check out if you can get the opportunity to do it. Like I said, I'll say about this all the time, don't graffiti down here or anything else. And please bearing in mind that the only way up and down is on that rusty escape hatch ladder. So please note that when you do this. I like the fact the hinges are still there, the original door hinges. It's kind of like, you know, these little things always add up. And like I said, don't use it for a tip or anything disgusting like that. Like I said, there's no real asbestos that we have to worry about, but if you're down here, you'd understand the putrid smell that's coming from all the rotten stuff that's down here, and it's just disgusting. So it's just more just to protect myself and Luke from it. So like I said, this is all the original paint that's still on there, which is amazing. Yeah, and it's just a really cool little place. If you just ever wanted like just a mini trip out for yourselves, and you kind of are interested in ROC bunkers, because like I said, there's a lot that's scattered about, but most of them aren't there anymore, or they've been demolished, or they're in a really bad state. This is probably one of the, if you had a gradient, this would probably be in the middle grade of ROC bunker, in terms of it's not probably one of your best preserved ones, because there is a preservation society, as far as I remember, an ROC preservation society, keep a couple of these really well preserved. And it's not the worst, because the worst would technically be demolished, wouldn't even be here. So it's about the mid-level. Like I said, there's enough details in here. But if you've never been to this place, if you've never been to an ROC bunker, and you've probably been to Hollingbourne Zero Station, it's pretty much the same, although it's a lot smaller and a lot thicker in terms of concrete and actual structure, because bearing in mind, this was designed for a nuclear war, not for the fact that Germans were going to invade. So we're going to have a quick look around, not that there's much to look around, we're just going to have a quick nosy, because you never know what you can find. Then I'm going to take you upstairs, and you can see the elements of the wind. So see you in a minute, guys. So we made it up the top, if you can hear me because the wind's really bad. We're actually standing underneath the observation tower. It's quite rare that things like this actually on an ROC post would normally be here. In fact, I've never really seen one on an ROC post. Normally you just actually see the bunker, never normally a control tower, because obviously observation you can see it through there. Normally for the sheer fact that obviously you don't want to be out here when a nuclear fallout happens, and obviously this is just a tower for observation. So very rare. Right, if you come with us, we're going to look at the vent that I was mentioning before. The other thing that's really interesting is when you walk around those yeah, so that's the behind here is the ventilation tower. That would have kept them alive pretty much. There would have been filters and God knows what in there. And sometimes scattered around here, they're not there anymore, but sometimes you'd actually get like things what normally people do to monitor the weather, so little like weather instruments. Hopefully you can hear me. Weather instruments that would have been like I said, monitoring, and if you can tell actually we're quite high up. So you would have got quite a good view anyway of where we were. Because we're not, I suppose we're not that far from London, where Edenbridge is, but we're sort of like near Sevenoaks, kind of near East Sussex as well, aren't we? So we're kind of surrounded by all the main counties really, we're not really that far away from anything. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoy it, guys, hopefully you come down, check it out, be respectful as always, and hopefully the wind captured most of this. See you later, guys.